It's the end of the year, and that means it's time for a look back at 2015 out at AskLeo.com. Rather than the normal top 10 list, what I'm going to do this time is take a look at the 5 most popular and then also talk about some of the most commented on articles at Ask Leo. As you'll see, it's actually very, very interesting. And in traditional fashion, we're going to take a look at those 5 most visited pages in reverse order. Number 5. My taskbar is missing and I have no start button. What do I do? This originally was written because there was a bug in Windows that caused Explorer to crash from time to time, and when Explorer crashes, the start menu goes away. Of course, in Windows 8, the start menu went away by design. And of course, people are looking for it, and this article helps them find it. Number 4. What's the difference between a hub, a switch, and a router? This is the oldest article on the top list this year, and it's been a perennial favorite. For various reasons, it's been around, I think I wrote it probably about 10 years ago. For various reasons, it actually is a very common question as people start to understand networking. Number 3. How do I get into my Hotmail Outlook.com account if I don't have the recovery phone or email anymore? In and of itself, that title is pretty self-explanatory, but what's made this article so popular this year is that Hotmail/Outlook.com/Microsoft are actually ratcheting up their security measures when you're traveling overseas. And it is not at all uncommon to go overseas and not have access to your recovery phone or have an email account that itself is blocked because you're not where they expect you to be. Number 2. How do I recover my Facebook login password? You know, it wouldn't be a top 5 list without some kind of password recovery article on it. And this year, once again, it's Facebook. In years past, it's alternated between Facebook and Hotmail. And as we've seen, Hotmail has already made the list. Number 1. How do I boot from CD/DVD/USB in Windows 8? I actually need to retitle this article slightly because it actually applies to Windows 8 and Windows 10. The real issue here is not Windows itself, but rather the UEFI replacement for the BIOS. In an attempt to make your PC more secure, manufacturers using the UEFI BIOS have configured it to make it more difficult to boot from something other than your internal hard disk. As I said, that's a security measure because someone with a rogue CD could walk up to an unprotected machine and reboot it into whatever they want and access everything on your machine. The good news is you're more secure. The bad news is that actually booting from a CD/DVD or USB device when you legitimately and intentionally want to becomes more complex. Lots of people are running into this issue every day. So those are the most popular based on traffic, the pages that have seen the most visitors over the last 12 months at AskLeo.com. I decided this year to also take a look at which pages are getting the most comments, because you'll notice there's actually a very glaring omission from that top 5 list. When we take a look at which pages have gotten the most comments since the 1st of January, they fall into 2 large buckets. The first bucket, well, when I ask for it. If I ask for your opinion, you give it. And I'm very, very thankful for you doing that. In this case, this year, I've asked about all sorts of things. Most interestingly, backup seems to show up again. In fact, that middle one, what backup program do you use, actually drove which book I would write next. And the book Saved, Backing Up with ESUS To Do, is a direct result of the comments people left on that article. Again, I thank you. It kind of makes sense that if I ask for an opinion and people have an opinion, that they would leave a comment with that opinion. But what do you think the largest category of unsolicited comments might be about? The real number 1. Windows 10. There's simply nothing like it. I took a quick look at the top 10 articles that received comments in this last year, and I think 6 of them, I'm only showing 4 here, but 6 of them turned out to be about Windows 10. Without a doubt, the topic of Windows 10 is controversial, it is confusing, and it is very, very interesting to see how much people are reacting to, both positively and negatively, to not only Windows 10 in terms of being software that you will upgrade to, but how Microsoft is pushing and promoting that upgrade process. So without a doubt, Windows 10 is the big winner when it comes to folks having opinions and wanting to have their say. 2016. What will 2016 bring? Well, at this point, at the end of 2015, I'm going to make one prediction, and it's a fairly safe prediction based on not only what we've seen so far, but what we also understand to be coming. And that is simply that Windows 10 will continue to be a very controversial rollout, a controversial promotion, and a promotion and an upgrade that will generate lots and lots of opinions. We'll be seeing that here on AskLeo.com in the articles in the new year. With that, I wish you all a very, very happy holiday season, and I will see you again next week. Take care, everyone.